Hello and welcome to day 4 of 12 Days of Winter with Sage Lee. I am very happy that you decided to join me today. Today we are broadcasting from about 100 feet above the Pacific Ocean. Now, you might think that that is a paradox, and it is. And what I want to talk to you about today is a paradox that was introduced in some ways by yesterday's material. Because I said, we are not put on this earth, we are of this earth. And you might have actually felt some little tingle inside when I said that, because that's actually not entirely true. Because if I am not my body, and I am not my mind, and I am not my emotions, and I am that which has those emotions, I am that I am, then I am not from here, right? I came from someplace else. I was embodied in this body. So while it's absolutely true that we sprang from this earth in a really logical way, or perhaps illogical way, it's also true that we were brought here from somewhere else. Rumi says, whoever brought me here will have to take me home. And I want to use this as an opportunity to remind you that in order to be happy and whole, you need to have a clear relationship with the planet, like with the animals, with the plants, with whatever's on the planet that is powerful and real for you. We need reminders that we are part of this earth, because otherwise we may end up destroying it. Or, as a more likely scenario, it might end up destroying us. So what is it that you do? I think of this as a continuum, where you have on the one end of the continuum your relationship with single other people in your life. And then on the other end of the continuum is your relationship with the universe, with the invisible forces in the universe, with God, right? So it's almost full circle. That relationship with God, which we think of as out there, is actually in here, represented in here. But along the way there, I'm not starting at either end here. I'm starting kind of in the middle and saying, what's important here for me right now is my relationship with the planet, my relationship with my yard, with my potted plants, my relationship with the snails that crawl across the path when it gets damp. And one of the commitments that I have made is to not kill other living things thoughtlessly. So if I'm walking down the path and I hear that crunch underneath my feet, it means that I am not, and that crunch would be the crunch of a snail shell being crushed by my feet. I think about this really seriously. I'm not like it's just a snail. It's a living thing. It's a form of life. Other animals don't think about this because they don't have to think about it. Because as I said yesterday, they're being lived by the earth. We have to think about it because we are in this place of choice. So what is your commitment to the earth? My commitment is to be ultra aware and to not take the lives of other beings except where necessary, and even then in a very conscious way. What is your commitment to the planet? What is your commitment to the other animals and the beings that live on this planet? If you think for a moment, yes, I came here from somewhere else, but I also simultaneously came as an expression, an expressance of this planet. What's my relationship and what's my commitment? For some of you, it might be just donating to causes that you think are helpful in this area. And for other people, it might be doing something really active. Save Our Shores comes to our beach every week in the summer and once a month during the winter, and we go down and help them. I actually collect trash off the beach, not just to make the beach a nicer place for human beings, but to keep plastic from going into the waste stream and further damaging the oceans. It's a tiny thing. It's a tiny thing. You could look at it and go, well, what difference is that making, Sage? But what difference it makes is that if each of us took a tiny little section, whether it's donating money, whether it's actually showing up and picking up trash on the beach, then the world will change. And remember, you are not here for yourself. You're here for the difference that you make to the planet. All right, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll talk about another relationship that we can set up and pay attention to. See you tomorrow.